Today we are in the best place in the world for Wanton Mee, Hong Kong, and we are going to try perhaps some of the best Wanton Mees in the world. Unlike the other episodes where we try a variety of versions, today it's only the Hong Kong version. Some might say the authentic version, recipes that has been around from before you were born. And we are starting here at Mak's Noodle, where we will be having some dry noodles with the iconic shrimp egg powder, and of course some delicious looking wontons. This is the most important episode of the Best Wanton Mee series. Let's get it, guys. Oh, we're here already. Okay, we're in, boys. Now this is gonna be a little tricky because, as most of you would know, Hong Kong's Wanton Mee is better known for the soup version, but we kinda have to go with the dry version. So we're gonna try to make this work, okay? Don't complain to the ref. Okay, this came very fast. The soup came in less than a minute, I think, and the noodles like 2 minutes. So I got their oyster sauce with shrimp roll powder noodles, and a wonton soup. This might be the first time this series that I feel happy looking at the wontons. But anyway, yep. Oh god. Raise of hands, who knew we'll end up here? Finally, some great wontons. It's very interesting because the wontons, right, are made out of prawns that are cut into thirds. This one whole prawn is what's the method called? 剥离虾, in which the prawns are washed with baking soda, and that makes their meat firm up. This is a very classic technique when it comes to hakao. So it's cut into third, and it sort of like curls onto each other and sits in the yun. The whole thing is just properly seasoned and helped with a little bit of spring onion in the soup. But the main thing is the texture. The way it's like so plump and how it feels in your mouth. Really nice. And of course, nobody does the tiak like Hong Kong. Anybody surprised or no? Although, damn, even traveling all this way, significant misses. The first one I'm not too sure. Am I supposed to add all of the oyster sauce? Because for this amount of noodles, it's way too cloying. The resulting flavor is so strong, not in a great way, which then comes with a smaller miss. Although this is the land of the Wanton Mee, you have to call it as it is. This cannot be the average appetite of the Hong Kong people. Like, huh? And the volume that you see is already inflated because the noodles are standing very tall because of its the texture. And I hate to say it here, but a tad of overcooked. Can it be that the resulting winner of this series is not from Hong Kong? Okay, I have to leave now. I got a death stare by the lady already. I'll see you guys at the next place. We are now at 卖文记面家 or Mak Man Kee. I don't know the Cantonese pronunciation, but we have to move fast. The risk of getting that toy is very high now. I ordered their dry tiger wonton noodles, and it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 huge wontons. Let's give this a go. The tiak of a lifetime. I'm a big fan of show don't tell in my reviews. Some of you might already know this. Don't listen to me. Look at the tensile strength of the noodles. Like, you cannot fake this. You see the way it moves? It's like steel wires on a falling bridge. By far the most tiak noodles we have had, and exactly what I would expect. And that is combined with the most impactful wontons, topping the previous place that we went to. This one I ordered their tiger prawn wontons, and it comes with a little bit of minced meat to fill in the spaces in between the prawns. And then the texture, the snap of each prawns, and then the minced meat that doesn't give you any break time in between. The wonton skin that is so silky smooth and thin just does the job of encompassing all the ingredients and then disappearing after that. The wontons here are on another level. The most impactful wontons and the strongest noodles. Although that strength comes at a cost. These noodles were made in alkaline, like how soldiers are made in Mako. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry for obscure reference, but this is all to say that the ghee level is so high. At some mouth, it almost feels like I'm eating spoonfuls of baking soda. Like that tinge of bitter and sour. A bit insane. Even for a ghee lover like me, I think it went too far. Maybe there was an idea behind using all these condiments to customize up a flavor or try to hide it. Even so, I think it's tough. You have to add a lot. I question if they had to go so far, because I think these noodles can lose 30% of their strength and still be the most tek noodles in the whole series. Okay, I'm getting death stat again. So I'll see you guys at the third place. We are now at He Hong Ji, a 1 Michelin starred place. I got this recommendation from you guys, as with the last 2 places. And after trying the first 2 Wanton Mee, I kinda wanna verify some things. So we are ordering their house specialty wonton noodles in soup and the house specialty shrimp roll noodles. Let's try those out. The first suspicion is that you're not supposed to add all of the soy sauce. And instantly confirmed, this time the soy sauce is served separately. So my bad on that one. So I kinda wanna try again how this should taste. Let's try it without the oyster sauce first. And the second suspicion is, okay, not really a suspicion, but I should try my best to make the noodles make sense. So I'm going in with a touch of the oyster sauce, some of their house-made chili sauce, which is really like the Ing's version, and just 12 drops of the soup to incorporate everything. Way better. Suspicion number 3 is that adding more condiments will help with the alkaline taste. And it's true, I went ahead with more light soy sauce and vinegar that they provide, and that combination significantly helps to mask the ghee taste, which is huge because at least here, these noodles are perfect in texture. You can see how it's obviously tiak, right? But not tough and rigid. The second place just now, I didn't know noodles can be too tough. And then on to suspicion number 4. Maybe the truth is in the soup noodles. Because after I eat their noodles, right, I keep thinking like, this toughness and this ghee taste, right, needs to be washed off, made softer by some sort of broth. So maybe the truth is here. I know it's breaking the rules. I know some people are like ref, but since we are here, we have to try, right? Oh, the dumplings are magical. Their skin is insane eh. I thought the dumpling skin from the previous 2 was great. This is even better. The filling is so strange. It does not look like it's strong enough to keep the ingredients together. Like looking at it now, you feel like it's gonna break anytime if the table just shakes a bit. But even as you pick it up, it doesn't break at all. And the magical part is that when you put it into your mouth, right, it is as though the dumpling wrapper is dissolved by saliva. It is like one of those biodegradable plastics. The skin just disappears and then you get the feeling. The texture is very much like chi chong pan. And you know, with this type of cuisine, this type of dishes, right, it's always like this fine line of being strong enough to contain what you need to contain, but don't go overboard doing so. It's the same for Tsim, it's even the same for pao. And I don't think I've ever seen a dish thread the line as well as this wonton. But the truth is not with the soup noodle. I know the Hong Kong version prides themselves on the soup version, right? And yes, it does make the noodle a little bit better, a little bit more slippery, helps with the tiak a little bit. It's kind of magical that in so much liquid, you can still get the tiak. I'll give it that. But the soup base is thoroughly basic. It kind of tastes like a shio ramen, made by a chef with 3 months of experience. I don't taste a significant level of nuance to it. And after spending some time now, the broth has absorbed the ghee taste from the noodles. So it paid the price for helping the noodles. Nevertheless, I still think this is better than the previous 2. Very conflicting thoughts. I know it's not fair, but I enjoyed the previous dishes enough to go for dessert. One of my all-time favorites, 芝麻糊. You can see how sandy it is, showing that they use real zima, or rather a good amount of zima, but then they still kept the consistency really smooth. I usually like it a bit sandier, a bit more intense, but I don't blame them for going for such a perfect look. I bought this dessert just to buy time actually. I'm thinking if we got what we came for, should we just try one more place? You think we need one more? You think we need one more? Alright, let's get one more. We are now at Tsim Kee. Can you guys hear me? Good? We have to speak telepathically because I don't have space to breathe out properly, much less project my voice. And that is because of tak toi, the common practice of sharing a table with strangers in a restaurant, which usually I'm okay with. But in this context, it's about to make me crash out. I grew up in Singapore, I'm okay with sharing tables, but everyone still needs to have a decent space to eat. Here, this is all you get. Do I get mouse with this meal? It feels like I'm in a play. Oh, sorry. You see? I'm this close to crashing out. Oh, noodles are here. Nothing unexpected again. The average of the tiak-tiak-tiakness and the wontons are better than any we have had in the previous 3 countries. That I will give it to them. We also get oyster sauce this time, although I think it's unreasonable to serve it like that. The way that you need to mix for the oyster sauce to coat all of the noodles evenly is not reasonable. There's so much noodles on the plate, along with so many ingredients, that it is very tough to keep stirring it without anything dropping out, especially something as viscous as oyster sauce. I gamble the last 100 people that ate this plate of noodles, 86 of them had unevenly stirred noodles, with oyster sauce too strong in one mouthful and the noodles being bland in another. Speaking of ingredients that will drop out of the plate, it also comes with this huge fish ball that is reminiscent of 狮子头. I was quite excited for this, but it was pretty boring. Most of it is pretty floury, as you can probably tell. Doesn't taste like particularly much too. Which brings us to the recap. We are now at hotel breakfast because the funds have run out, boys. I'm not sure if you noticed the numbers on the screen throughout the video, but being in Hong Kong with my tax bracket is like being in winter in t-shirt and shorts. So I got a little bacon, eggs, hash browns, coffee and orange juice. Anyway, recap. Have you ever realized something? What thing, LJ? You don't always like that. We are still in Hong Kong, right? I mean, where else can we go? Yeah, that's not the thing. The thing is, there is no such thing as Hong Kong style char siu wanton mee. My whole life I have heard Hong Kong style char siu wanton mee, but this is like a scene from Shutter Island or Black Ops. It was never there. We patronized 4 wonton mees in this video, and even walking along the streets and crossing a dozen other wonton mees, you cannot get char siu wonton mee in Hong Kong. And probably for the better, because what I will say is their char siu is so OP. I had it separately for another meal, and it tastes like it has a national dish buff. If they added that to the wonton mee, it is so GG. SNSD might make a comeback. So that leaves us with the noodles and the wontons. And I would love to lie here and ingratiate some Hong Kong viewers, but when it comes to the noodles of wonton mee, Singapore and Malaysia are better. Sure, the tiak tiak has been phenomenal. The tensile strength of the noodles is almost exceeding tiak tiak. It's more like piak piak. But that comes at too huge a price. The bitter sourness of the alkaline needs a lot of care to dress it up properly, which then comes my biggest issue with it. There's no flavor. The soup version is basic, and the dry version, I'm not sure what the idea is here. It's like receiving an empty exam script. You might say that you can add flavors with the condiments provided, but there is a line. There's a difference between serving something, and then if the diner wants it more salty, spicy, sour, they can add on their own, as compared to just leaving them to solve the problem of the alkaline taste. We then come to the shrimp roll powder. While it is a great ingredient, the use of it is so blunt. They slap some oyster sauce on it and then just call it a day. Like if I serve you a plate of noodles with grinded hebi, you will start to think if I'm angry with you. I think this ingredient would do much better if the noodles had some sort of light soya sauce, scallion oil, chili flakes, oyster sauce, any kind of layering. The seasoning of the noodles might not be great, but the wontons, we had 4 wontons in Hong Kong. All 4 of them take the top 4 spots in the series. The silkiness of the skin, the snap of the prawns, the satisfying weight of it. I cannot ask anything more of the wontons. Competing with the wonton mees that we have had so far without the use of char siu is like fighting with one hand behind their back. But I have to say, they're keeping up. 1 plate I'll walk for the wonton mee, 2 plates I'll take a bus for the wonton mee, and 3 plates I'll go anywhere in Hong Kong for the wonton mee. And today's wonton mees get 2222. A bit of a tricky verdict to give, because while my favorite is He Hong Ji, the third one that we went to, I don't think any of them is a tier apart. And because all these wonton mee restaurants are all over Hong Kong, I'm not convinced to give any one of them the 3 plates, that I will go out of my way to find it. Which is a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. This wasn't the storyline. The storyline was supposed to be, oh, Eldrick finally finds the best wonton mee in Hong Kong. How? What do we do now? Satisfied? Ready to go home? No? Why is that? Eldrick, Hong Kong was never the origin place of the wonton mee. That would be Guangzhou, home to the Cantonese and the true origin place of the dish, where it was first cooked some 6,000 years ago. Haven't you realized that it doesn't matter where you come from? You call the dish by its Cantonese name, Wanton Mee. So, we are now on the way to the peak of Hysan in Guangzhou. I told you guys early in the series that we are running it down. Next week, for the finale of the overseas arc, we will be exploring Guangzhou to see if the original and authentic is the best, or has the best wonton mee already moved on to the previous city that we have visited. But for now, that's all I have for you guys this time. I'll see you all next week in Guangzhou. Bye!